Hello, Mary Meet. So I want to review a tarot deck, and the deck I want to review is Modern Spellcasters Tarot. It's a book and deck kit, and I really like this box. It is fairly durable. As you can hear, it's hard cardboard, and it has this very nice glossy finish. And it has a magnet closed lid, and also like they have the signs on the inside of it. And this little ribbon that you can use to get the book out of there. Very nice, very classy, which makes it a very good alternative for a gift. Now, of course, with all these kits, you should invest in a tarot bag, because now this one is better than a lot of them, because as you can see, the cards have their own little slot here, but I still have to hold them there, because otherwise they will be all around this compartment. I wish these sets would have an internal box for the cards. But let's have a look at the book that this deck comes with, called The Spellcaster's Handbook. So it just starts with some information on what the author has written. And yes, acknowledgements. Here we have the context. So we have an introduction called The Cup. Then we have an extra introduction. We have one, The Anatomy of Tarot, which basically tells the basic structure of the tarot, everything you need to know to start with the tarot. 2, Tarot Deck Care and Maintenance, which basically how to keep your tarot deck, basically both physically, what do you do not to damage your cards, and spiritually, and also how to charge it. And you have how to read the cards, which basically tell you how, basically it gives you a step by step, but how you go through a reading. Then you have using the tarot for magic, which is a pretty good chapter. It's basically about how to use the tarot cards for more than just divination, but also for magical practice. And that's pretty good, because that's the whole basically stick of this deck. Then you have the major arcana, the minor arcana, and some easy tarot spreads. The cup is, I remembered it wrong, it's actually a sort of little poem thing. But yes, let's have a look at how big. I think they actually gave pretty good space for for each card they did. Basically, it starts with a picture, and you have a full page and a little bit on the next page. So you have a pretty good for the cards. And you have almost as much for the minor arcana, and you have 1, and you have basically a little over half a page afterwards. So that's good. I have to say I'm impressed by this book. I might do an actual review of this book as I would do a regular book, because this is basically more focusing on the deck. Because this is actually more than a blown up little white book. This book will teach you how to use the tarot for magic, and it will teach you how to read with the tarot. So I might do that. But I'm impressed. You can get this set and you will have everything that you need to start off. It's one of the best books that comes with a deck that I have ever seen. Then you have the spreads. You have, of course, the Celtic Cross. Some discussion on 1 card draws. We have 4 card spread for problem solving. That's a pretty good one. And a little bit about creating your own tarot spreads. So yeah, this will give you everything, and that's one of the things I also say that this kit would be a good gift, because with this and the deck you have everything you need to start using the tarot. So yeah, I might do a separate review of this because it deserves more than just a little blurb in the front of a review of the deck. So yeah, now I've been talking about the book. Let's get on to the deck itself. Out you go. Now, something that a lot of people are gonna love with this deck is that there are no frames. A lot of people are driven absolutely nuts by frames on tarot cards, and I can definitely see why, because sometimes the frames can be distracting. I also really love the paintings on here. It is full of symbolism. The artwork is well done. It is following the Rider White mold, but are doing its own thing, while at the same time not being as far from the source that you can't use it for various things that really require a Rider White deck. I love the symbolism in this, and I definitely think that this can be used for ritual magic and the like. Though for ritual magic, I have to recommend the Hermetic Tarot, but we can definitely use this. The front of the deck are slightly glossy, but not overly so, while the back is matte. I also like this back of it. It is not fully reversible in that these animals are different kinds, so you can sort of see if it is right side up or upside down, but you have to basically look at the cards to see that, because they're so similar. So I would say it's mostly reversible, which is good. And here we have a boob showing, so we better cover that so YouTube doesn't lose its shit, because boobs are terribly dangerous things, people. So yeah, I really like I said, the symbolism and the artwork. One thing that's not so good is the cardstock quality. It is shite. And that's a problem, because this would be such a nice deck if it hadn't been for this being so bendy and so poor cardstock quality that I doubt it will last for a lot of readings. So yeah, I would really recommend using this for spell work rather than divination, because for most types of spell work you will place a card on your altar, or you will use it within the circle in some way, and you will not be manipulating the cards a lot. There will not be a lot of shuffling back and forth, which I don't think this deck can take a lot of. So, I mean, and it's such a letdown, because the book is so nice, the box is so nice, the artwork is so nice, the symbolism is so nice, it's so well thought through. It's such a nice, beautiful deck. And I really want to do divinations with them. And it's basically printed on toilet paper. So, yeah. Why did I do this? I would so be happy to spend another $5 to buy this deck and have the cardstock quality be decent. Because as you shuffle these, I mean, look at this. It takes me no effort to bend this whatsoever. And I can already feel that if I bend it more than I do now, there will be creases. Good cardstock. You can feel a slight resistance and basically a slight bounce to it, so that there won't be creases unless you bend it completely. This ain't so. This is the cheapest sort of cardstock they could possibly find to print this on. Boob alert again, so I guess we'll cover this. And another boob alert. I love the world card here. So pretty. So yeah, everything about this deck is just perfect, other than cardstock quality. And now we are over in the minor arcana. I'm not going to show you all of those, but as you can see, the deck is fully illustrated. Let's have some other sweets. And yeah, the pictures are of early Middle Ages, or little Middle Ages type. Like here we're going into a little bit of Renaissance, but it's basically a slight fantasy feel to them. But they have the same feeling as the Rider-Waite deck, really. But with a more pagan than Christian feel. And yeah, I don't know really what more to say about this. Let me see if I can find some court cards so you can see those. Everything here is great. They got it so right in so many ways. The backs are fairly reversible. It's not too glossy. The backs are matte. The box are great. The book are great. The symbolism, the picture, everything, and then they ruin it with the cardstock quality. If you're going to use this for spell work, sure, it'll work, because then you're not going to be doing a lot of shuffling. But as you can see, when you shuffle cards, you will be doing. It's very easy to damage cards if they don't have good. If you're not extremely careful when shuffling this, it will not last you for many. It will not last you very long. So yeah, there's that. I guess I'll have to give this deck 7 out of 10. It would have gotten 10 out of 10 if it hadn't been for the cardstock quality. It is still a very nice deck for doing spell work with. And the meditations and such, but it's just too frail for divination. And that is my review of Modern Spellcasters Tarot. It is made by Melanie Marquis and illustrated by Scott Murphy, and is published by Llewellyn. Hope you have enjoyed this review. Have a great day, and blessed be.